A question I get asked often as a real estate agent is, how's the market? Or what's the market doing right now? A very vague question that could go in any direction, but I wanted to spend a little bit of time telling you about a few statistics because I've gotten this question a lot lately. In particular, from people wanting to know if they should buy right now. Here's some statistics. I've got overall sales price. We're going to compare June versus July, as well as 2024 June and July to this year's June and July. So overall sales price, this is the median number. In July of this year, it was $255,000. That's the median number. Compared that to June of this year, it's $259,700. This is pretty historically accurate, June being a little heavier, higher month than July, not uncommon at all. Of small variance, 255 to 259 could be many factors. Let's compare that to last year though. Last year's July median sales price was 250 and June was 263. So a little more fluctuation last year versus this year. Now let's talk about the days on market. Days on market, DOM, if you see the abbreviation in some places, days on market are the amount of days it takes from when a property goes active to you have a contract on it. Not to when it closes and you exchange money and keys, but to when I want my house to be sold to, hey, I got an executed contract with a buyer ready to buy my house. That number for July of this year was 23 days on market. This is the median number again. Compared to June, that's 20 days on market, so 3 days more on market July versus June of this year. Compared to last year, 19 days for both June and July. So sitting on the market just a little bit longer now than last year. Let's talk about months of supply. And when you hear this number, you might understand why things are staying on the market a little bit longer. This year, both June and July, we have an average of 4.3 months of supply. Compare that to June and July of last year at 3.7 months of supply. And you can see that there is more inventory available now than there was last year. With more inventory, one could think that you might sit on the market for a little bit longer. Now, when I say months of supply, let me define that a little bit. Months of supply means that if nothing else was to ever get listed ever again, it would take 4.3 months in July of this year to sell out everything that is currently actively listed. A balanced market is considered 6 months of supply, meaning a balanced seller-buyer's market. So one could say that we are a little bit more of a seller's market right now than a buyer's market. But I want to point out another number here, two numbers to compare. New listings versus closed month over month, year over year. We had 2,885 new listings in July of this year versus 1,800 closed listings in July of this year. That means more inventory and less sales. It's great for an overall buyer's market. Compared that to last year was a similar numbers, about 25, 65, 63 June and July of last year. New listings versus closed of anywhere from 1,751 in July of last year to 1,611 of June of last year, closed listings. So things are selling right now. Now, I took all of those numbers, and if you're still watching and still listening and you're still confused, first of all, thanks for still watching. Thumbs up to you. Second of all, let me explain. What I am currently seeing in the market right now is buyers having more choices, buyers having more ability to ask sellers for things. Things could be seller concessions at closing. Things could be a lower purchase price. Things could be sellers doing more things to that house, either repairs after inspections or prior to listing to get their house sold to buyers. Buyers, there's more inventory available right now. I'm not a mortgage person, but I think rates are fairly consistent from now versus what they were this time last year. So if I'm a buyer, I'm not looking at any major rate hikes. I'm not looking at any major rate dips. I'm seeing more inventory coming up right now, and I'm seeing prices actually selling for less now than they were this time last year. If I'm a buyer, Right now is a great time to jump into the market. If you're a buyer and you're still watching this, thank you. Reach out to me. I'd love to help you, set you up on a search, have a quick consultation call with you. Anything that I can do to help, even just give you some advice, give me a call. Corey Martin, Keller Williams Advantage, 918-708-5336.